For my defensive MVP, and this was a little bit of a toss up to me because it could have gone a couple different ways here. I think what I love about the Bills defense is it's not, these superstars with a bunch of players around them, just guys. Um, the defense as a whole plays as just this really nice cohesive unit. So it could be really any given play, any given game, it can be a different player that's impacting the game. But I had to give this one to Von Miller. Um, my honorable mention was Jordan Poyer, just for what he's doing this year. All the interceptions, he's playing through injury as well. We saw him not being medically cleared to fly, but cleared to play football and driving himself to the Kansas City game because he wanted to be part of that. So he gets the honorable mention here. But Von Miller coming in exactly as advertised, and through 6 games, he's put up 6 sacks, which is tied for second in the league right now. Um, but what I really like about Von Miller in this system is some of the intangibles and the players you see playing off of him playing better. And we'll get into some of that later. But then there's also, the plays he makes that don't really show up on the stat sheet as much. And the one play in particular that sticks in my mind for this is in the Chiefs game. Uh, he almost gets home on Mahomes for a sack, and Mahomes wiggles out like he does, and he's kind of scrambling and keeping the play alive. And Miller's second effort, it's not a sack, but Mahomes is taking off from the pocket, and Von gets him by the ankle and stops what was probably a touchdown about to happen. It was at the very least going to be a first down in the red zone. So just that motor that he just keeps going, and even on the second, third effort, stops that from becoming a bigger play there. My pleasant surprise for this season, and I gave this one to Groot, and I don't know if I'm really surprised with where Groot is at, but we saw him kind of coming along last year, and I'm not gonna, go ahead and slap him in this like superstar category just yet. Um, but he's been playing very consistent, and for me with Groot, it's not all about the sack numbers. It's about playing that position smart, and he's very good against the run. He knows where he's supposed to be for containing the quarterback. He keeps it inside of him, and he has also added 4 sacks this season. So I don't know how much of that is maybe playing across from Von, or how much kind of tutelage he's getting from Von Miller, or how much it's just his talent itself showing through. But definitely a spot where we're starting to see some returns from Groot, and I think we're still scratching the surface of who he can be as a player. I also have here our offensive MVP that is not named Josh Allen. Um, it's so easy to, give all these awards to Josh Allen. Um, he's the motor that makes this offense go. Accounts for something like 85% of the offense moves through Josh. Um, but we got to give some love to Stephon Diggs. I mean, he's just been an absolute force again since joining the Bills. Nothing but a great teammate, fun to watch on the field, and there's this concern coming over from Minnesota. He's a diva. He's got these attitude problems. All we've heard all the stories, and he comes in and has just been exactly what you want from your number one receiver, a leader on your team. And it seems like every week on this show I'm talking about, this quiet great game that Diggs had. I saw him in there. I saw him get a few catches. Didn't seem like anything electric. And then all of a sudden I look at the stat sheet, and, it's 9 catches, 100 something yards, and 2 touchdowns. Um, so that's how I feel kind of on a weekly basis watching Diggs. It's become so routine that it doesn't even pop off the page to me when he's having these 100-yard games. Um, So how about like a sneaky, quiet, super productive first 6 games of the season? And some of these numbers surprised me when I was doing a little research for this. So he's third in the NFL with receptions. He's got 49 so far. He's second in the league for yards, 656, and he's tied for second in the league for touchdowns with six. And these numbers shouldn't surprise me from Diggs. And it's really like I just said. There's so many games where we see Gabe Davis get the 98-yard touchdown, and that play really sticks out in your head. And you, at least for myself, I kind of lose it throughout the course of the game that like Diggs hauled in 10 passes and he's averaging 10 to 15 yards per reception and just routinely beating his defender to keep the chains moving to make the big plays. So we saw him a couple of years back lead the league in receptions, and I think we're kind of on pace for that this year. He's, at least for how the season started, he's on pace to have another absolute monster year.